Break down your annual goals into quarterly milestones. This creates urgency and it allows for regular evaluation and adjustments. Make these checkpoints specific and time-bound with clear success criteria. Greetings, everyone, and thank you for joining me on this episode. On this podcast, we explore topics of interest for professionals at the intersection of public health and entrepreneurship. My name is Dr. Charlotte Huntley, and I'm thrilled that you've decided to join me on this episode. I'm a public health entrepreneur with over 25 years of experience in healthcare and in public health, and I've helped so many entrepreneurs along the way. I've also been podcasting since 2017. On this episode today, I'm going to share with you from the topic of goal setting. I want to share our top tips for setting goals, especially for 2025, as a lot of us are in that mode of wrapping up the current year and preparing to start the new year. You may be listening to this episode already in the new year, and maybe you've already set your goals, or maybe you're thinking about it. So at any rate, I'm going to share our top tips for goal setting for 2025. The first one I'll share, I think I have narrowed it down to 8. So we'll start with the first one. And this one is important to be the first one. The first tip is to start with year-end review. So before setting new goals, it's important to take stock in what happened in 2024. Analyze what worked, what didn't, and what you've learned. Consider key metrics, and you have to decide what that is for you and your business. Consider your customer feedback and team performance. This reflection provides you with some really critical information in the context for setting realistic and meaningful goals for the new year. Now, I talked about 4 strategies for year-end business review a couple of weeks ago in episode 69. So be sure to check that out when you have a chance. Build in flexibility. That's number 2. Create an adaptive framework for your goals that allows you to pivot when the market or conditions change. Consider having core goals that remain fixed and flexible goals that can be adjusted based on circumstances. And always include regular reviews or periods to assess and modify as needed. So in our mastermind group program, we are going to do exactly that. We are, let's see, at the time that you will hear this episode, I'm looking at my schedule because we record these in advance. So by the time you hear this episode, actually, the very next week, we are planning our strategic goal session or strategic goal planning session with our group. So all the people that are in our mastermind group, including the new people that have come on at that point, will be able to work with me together live. It's a longer workshop, and we go through that whole process of preparing your goals for 2025. And going into next year, we're going to have our regular checkpoints and review. I'm going to guide that through the mastermind group next year to make sure that people are regularly assessing their goals, both the fixed ones and the flexible ones. All right, number 3, the third tip. Focus on revenue-driving activities. So I encourage you to identify core, like 2 to 3 activities that genuinely move the needle for your business. For many entrepreneurs, this might mean prioritizing high-value client acquisition over less impactful tasks. So it's easy for us, I could go on a tangent here, but it's easy for us to get caught up in things that we really like and that are fun to do, but they may not actually be the activities that move the needle in the business. So it's up to you, the CEO, the entrepreneur, the owner, to decide how to prioritize those activities that actually bring in business and revenue for your business. So set specific targets for those activities rather than spreading yourself too thin. We can't do everything. We can't do all the things. We can't do what we see everyone else doing, but this is a good time to decide what you need to do and what actually moves the business forward for your business, and make sure you're prioritizing those tasks and not worrying about the rest of it. Again, not spreading yourself too thin. Okay, number 4, build in resilience or resilience matrix. So in today's environment, it's important that, I guess in any environment, truly, it's important to set goals that strengthen the resilience of your business. It might mean planning to build a reserve, a cash reserve for maybe a good goal would be 6 months of cash reserve for your business, or diversify your revenue stream, but building some resilience in your business so you have a cushion in case things shift or pivot. And if that scared you to say, oh, 6 months worth of cash reserve, start wherever you are. If you have no reserve, then the idea of just starting any sort of reserve, even if it's a week or two, and then build it up to a month's reserve, and then 2 months and 3 months, and just build yourself up. Don't go from nothing to all of a sudden stressing over trying to get 6 months together. Just start where you are and build some sort of reserve so that you can build in resilience into your business. Have a plan for it. I would always talk about growth, and we always hear about growth. And yes, we want to prioritize growth, but I also encourage you to prioritize sustainability. Make sure that you are building a sustainable business. All right, number 5, embrace technology. Yeah, embrace technology. Set specific goals around leveraging technology. Consider AI tools and consider automation, especially when you are trying to keep, if it's just you and you don't really have a team yet, then that's going to be very important to help you to make the most of your time, your efforts, your tools that you have. So if you do have a team, then it's even more important to maximize automation, any AI that you can take advantage of, so that, again, you're keeping a lean team and maximizing everyone's time and effort. You're being very efficient. So there are a lot of ways you can embrace technology, and I encourage you to explore some of those options. All right, number 6 is prioritize team development. So if you have employees or contractors that are part of your team, whoever helps you do your business, right? But especially if you have employees, include goals for them and their growth and engagement with them. So consider metrics like things that you could do to reduce turnover, increasing skills training, or improving team satisfaction scores. A strong team is crucial for being able to scale your business. So consider prioritizing team development as you set your goals for next year. And then along with that, and this is number 7, include personal development goals for yourself. So it's important for you to grow as a leader. It directly impacts your business. Set goals for your own learning and development, whether it's mastering a new skill. And I do caution you not to go on a rabbit trail looking for the next credential that may or may not even be that important to your business, but maybe it's a new skill that you want to master, or reading relevant books. I know that that's a great one for business owners and entrepreneurs. Have a stack of books that you want to read, or not stack, but really prioritize certain books that are going to help you in that year. Or maybe it's working with a mentor. But at any rate, include your personal development goals as a part of your business goals. And schedule dedicated time for this growth. That's a really important thing. If we don't schedule it, really truly plan for it, then it's just something we talk about. So that's important. And then finally, this is my last tip to share with you. It's not the last of all the tips, but I had to narrow it down to make this manageable for this episode. So tip number 8 is establish quarterly checkpoints. Break down your annual goals into quarterly milestones. This creates urgency, and it allows for regular evaluation and adjustments. Make these checkpoints specific and time-bound with clear success criteria. How are you measuring that? I like this one so much because that's the part that I'm bringing into our mastermind program. We're going to have quarterly checkpoints as a group, and then we're also going to have these sort of mini checkpoints monthly, and then breaking it down even weekly. But those established quarterly checkpoints are important, and they're going to go on our schedule, and it'll be a pause as a group, we'll go through this. And I'm just going to guide it and facilitate it. I'm not forcing anybody to participate, but this is the type of stuff that helps you to really accomplish and keep those goals top of mind. I mean, how many times have you started out the new year with a goal, and then by the time you get to the 3rd or 4th month, you don't even remember what the goal was, much less measuring it and staying on track? And I want to avoid that. I want to help people to really follow and track their goals throughout the year. I am grateful for the opportunity to share these strategies with you on this podcast. If you're enjoying these podcasts, then please share with your network. You can easily share directly from the podcast app that you're listening in right now, or you can share our website, which is publichealthentrepreneurs.com. All right, everyone. Until next time, have a fantastic rest of your day.